Meg's butt is actually a portal. The other end is connected to Stewie's bedroom. Closet. Anything that goes into the closet comes right back out of Meg's butt. Recently, Joe built a home theater, and it made his friends incredibly jealous. Joe actually built this theater all by himself, using materials he bought from the hardware store. The next day, Peter decided to build an even bigger theater in his backyard to outdo Joe. But while he was digging the foundation, he unearthed something crazy. It turned out to be a Native American skull. Brian told him to bury it right back. He warned it might be a sacred burial ground, but Peter is a hardcore atheist. To him, this skull was just a cool new toy. From then on, no matter what Peter did, he carried the skull everywhere. He especially loved using it to prank Brian. Time flew by, and soon it was late at night. Peter and Lois were watching a movie in bed, and he was already fantasizing about how great his new theater was going to be. About an hour later, everyone was fast asleep, but then things started getting a little creepy. Stewie, who was fast asleep, faintly heard a man's voice. Wanting to hear it better, he followed the sound to Peter's room. The TV was flickering with static, but the sounds coming from it were absolutely terrifying. It sounded like countless people were screaming in agonizing pain. Early the next morning, the sun didn't rise like it usually did. Heavy, dark clouds blanketed the entire town. Blinding lightning flashed across the sky, terrifying Stewie so much that he huddled up under his blankets. Suddenly, the closet door across from his bed burst open. Inside, a pale white light flickered, creating a massive suction force. Just like that, Stewie vanished into the bright white light. Lois quickly realized that Stewie was missing. The trashed bedroom hinted at something terrible. Then, the family called Bruce over to hold a seance. Bruce chatted with the Native American spirits for a bit and then told Lois exactly what happened. Stewie was currently trapped in the realm of the dead, and the only way out of that world was through Meg's butt. To prove Bruce was right, the family ran a few tests. Peter threw a baseball into the closet, and it came flying right out of Meg's butt. All they could do now was wait patiently, hoping Stewie would find his way out on his own. Before they knew it, another half hour passed. Lois couldn't wait any longer. Since Stewie couldn't find the way out, she decided to go in and get him herself. With everyone watching, she stepped into the other world. The whole thing was incredibly fast. It took Lois less than a minute to bring Stewie back. The next day, the group went to the library to find a way to calm the angry spirits. Brian quickly found a solution. Someone had to return the disturbed remains to where they belonged. That was the only way to banish the evil spirits, so their next step was super simple. All they had to do was rebury the skull in the backyard. Soon after, the gang went to the dump, retrieved the skull, and buried it back in the hole in the yard. As they slowly covered the skull with dirt, their house began to pull away from that twisted dimension. Everything was finally back to normal.